name is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 1 in our Spring Bloom Vintage Journal Pages LineDotArrow project for the month of April. Now this is the second of 3 yes, 3 LineDotArrow projects that I'll be doing this month. The first one is Antique Lace and Roses, and the next one will be Vintage Book Pages, and like I said, this one is called Spring Bloom. Now, I'm just going to do this quick. Natalie has a more thorough flip through on her website or YouTube channel. You can go to her Linktree link, which is below the video, and not only will you get the link to her YouTube channel, but you get the link to her Etsy shop, and there are links to everyone else in the design team. Now, it would be great if you would go check out their videos for the month. I'm not sure. They're going to be doing either Spring Bloom or Vintage Book Pages, or a couple people are doing both in 2 separate projects as well. So make sure to check them out, and it would be greatly appreciated if you would subscribe, like, and comment when you get to their channels. Kind of not talking well today. Kind of not talking well. Jeez. Alright, so let's go through the papers real quick. This is a backing page. Remember, this is UK size, so you want to turn off your fit to page and your borderless. And another backing page, and a writing page, and a writing page. Look at that bunny. There's 1 or 2 little Easter pictures in here. I'm not sure if we'll use the Easter pictures or not. Writing page, well, yeah, writing page, you write on this page. This is a nice backing page with the window. Here's another one. Now this one we probably will use with the bunny. The other one has an Easter egg. This is a writing page. I thought I had separated these out. Writing page and writing page. So I guess I thought I had the collage and backing pages all in the front, but I guess I didn't. And then we're going to have the ephemera pages. Now, I've done something different this time. My friend told me that I should try out 32-pound paper, which is what this is, and then I went ahead and printed the ephemera out on 64-pound, the Nina paper that I normally use, that has the vellum finish, and it has this very nice finish to it. So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the 32-pound or if I'm going to go back to the good old 64. I'm not sure. It depends on what kind of pages we do. Once again, I have not decided what project we're going to do. I'm going to print the backs of the pages and cut everything out, the ephemera, and cut the borders off the big pages, and then probably decide once I go through the pages as I'm cutting them out. So here's your tags. Looks like these might be upside down. Your bigger tags, your great big tags. These are great to build on. These are good bases. More tags. An envelope. Well, actually, this is a, you can use it as a floating pocket, but it also can be an envelope. Some fussy cuts with a nice little border. Some cards. Some ephemera. Put on your pages. You don't need to print on the backs of these. Or these. These are pockets. This is more ephemera. Now you're going to need to print on the back of this one some sort of a light colored background, so that you can write on the backs of these cards, even though you're going to print on the backs of that. These are the minis. So these are the miniature version of the bigger ones back here. Where are they? These. Okay. And I think also, well, not the tags. There's some other little cards in here on this page. They're just miscellaneous. These are 2 just larger miscellaneous. Okay, so that's it for the flip through. I know it was really quick. But like I said, for a more extensive flip through, you can see Nathalie's video. And then, like I said, be sure to visit all the design team members' pages. All of Nathalie's links are there. Her Ko-Fi and Etsy and all that good stuff. YouTube, Instagram. And be sure to check all of those out. The link will be below the video. And be sure to like and subscribe and comment here. I love to hear from you guys. Okay? Alright, we're going to go on hold for just a second, and I'm going to do all this printing and cutting, and then we'll be right back, and hopefully by then I'll know what I'm doing. Okay, see you in a second. I think I've got this figured out, but I'm not sure. Okay, I made the mistake of not marking the pages as they came out of the printer, so I knew which way was right side up. So I had to do some creative printing, but we're going to be making a manila folder book, so most of them will be glued down anyway. But I had to do something. So these are going to be the covers I've selected. It's the one of the window pages, and I cut it in half. These are the papers cut in half and printed on both sides. Some of them have the backing paper on them. Some of them have the lined paper on them. And the paper that I printed on the backs, the images, I did full page. That way, when I cut the borders off, then I knew that the back would be completely printed since I had, made the mistake. Plus, for some reason, my printer prints a bigger border on one side than it does the other, and it totally messes up the printing on the back. So anyway, so I ended up with these, and I got rid of the Easter Bunny page. Okay, these 2 I cut incorrectly, so we'll use them for something. I left one of the window pages together. I love this page here, this side. I mean, I like both of them, but I really love this little bunny. And then these 2 are backing papers, and I just printed writing on the back just in case, to make writing cards out of. And then these 2, I didn't print on the back of them. I left them white, and then I got 2 pieces of coffee dyed paper to back whatever we make out of them with. Okay, now I haven't cut out any of the ephemera yet, so I'm going to do that after we do this first page, because we're going to have to assemble the book. So let's move this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to set the cover papers to the side. Okay, so for right now, we're going to assemble the book, and I have not realized I need to ink this on both sides. I've cut 3 manila folders to the size that will work with the paper. Now, it's okay that this is, I rubbed off the vintage photo on there. I'm using brushed corduroy because it's a little more of a golden brown to go with our colors. I was going to stamp the edges, but then I realized I hadn't left enough to make any difference, so I didn't, because it would just look like a mess. So I left one folder. These are just junk folders that have writing on them. Now this I could erase, but you'd still see a manila folder. You can still see the paper, pencil a little bit on there even after you erase it. So I left one so I could show you what I did, which is simple. I put it where the fold would open like a book. So that's like this. These are all left, or it doesn't matter what size, or I've cut out 4. I'm sorry, this one is for leftover pieces for flip outs and such. Just that one, and we're going to need more, but I have a bunch. So I went through some of my manila folders and I realized there's a bunch of them I'm going to have to just throw away as miscuts and ripped and whatever. So all I did was I took one of these after I decided what size. First I took one of the pages. Where did they go? I took one of the pages and I measured to where it would come out to just a little bit around the edges, okay? And then I cut the first one. Then I took the first one, used the same one all the way through, and I marked where I want to cut, and I'm going to cut all of this off, so it doesn't matter which tab it is or whatever. Just use your junk envelope or manila folders that you've already written on, and you don't need them anymore that way. Like you've used the kit and you've written on the folder, whatever. So we're just going to cut this here and here to make the size. Okay, and then we're just going to ink it, and then it'll be ready to go. And you're going to ink around both sides, all the way around, with the golden brown, or vintage, or brushed corduroy. It isn't vintage anything. And I'm starving, but I decided to do this part of the video first, so we can have video 1 completed. Mark it off my list. But we won't actually have it completed. You'll see in just a minute. It's not that big of a deal, though. Apparently I need to do this on both sides. Turn it around. The good thing about doing it this way is you don't see the logo. If I'm going to do something that I'm worried about seeing a logo, then I will cut down a legal sized folder, because they do not have the logo on the inside. I don't know why, but they're Amazon Basics. When you go to buy folders, check the legal folders, the legal size first. And the reason I say that is because on the, let me ink this real quick and then I'll show you. On the side of the page, you might be able to find one with a dinged box for something like 75 cents. I bought 3 boxes of legal folders, legal size folders, for 75 cents each, and there was 100 folders in each one. So I've got folders. I'm upset that I have to throw some away, but so let's say this is the sales page on Amazon, right? And you're looking at the picture of the folder. Here's your description. Here's maybe some other stuff right here. Oh yeah, your add to cart and all that, and more stuff down here. Right here under the add to cart and add to your list, where it says other prices, look and see if it says starting at 75 cents or starting at $2 or something like that. Click on that link, see the other listings, and you'll see that some of them are maybe used and good order, you know, good or whatever anyway, and they'll be 75 cents to $2 for a box of 100. You know what I mean? And all that, and it will show that it comes from Amazon or Amazon warehouse. And only get those. Don't get them from a third party. Just get the ones that are from Amazon or Amazon warehouse. And that just means the box is dinged a little bit. And then order those, and you'll get 100 manila folders for just a couple bucks. And it doesn't matter that they're legal sized. You can cut them down. The only thing about cutting them down is you lose the tabs in most cases. So that's up to you. But I'm just saying, manila folders. Okay, so now we're going to, this 32-pound paper is making me insane. And the paper is so slippery. Alright, so we're going to construct this like you would a flip book. We're going to glue them together and leave pockets in between. I'm going to get a drink of pop. My mouth is so dry. I forgot to rinse my mouth out with the biotene. If you have a really dry mouth, there's a mouthwash called biotene, B-I-O-T-E-N-E, and it hydrates the inside of your mouth. If your mouth is really dry, it can cause your teeth to rot. Believe me, because I'm a super toothbrusher, but my teeth rotted, and I had to have all 4 of my front teeth on the top and the bottom completely ground down and capped. And anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore. But just a little tip, something to talk about while we're doing this. So we're going to glue these together, and I'm going to make a side pocket on this. So we're going to glue it like this. Okay. I'm going to have to fill this because it drives me crazy. Alright, we want a side pocket, so we don't want to glue the open side or what's going to be the open side. And we want to try to leave as much room as possible. So glue as close to the edge as you can. And then glue this side. This one, it isn't as important to glue it as close to the side because that's just the depth of the pocket. I will probably print some of the pages on the 65-pound paper, whereas right now only the ephemera is printed on that heavier paper. So we'll glue those together. Make sure they're straight. This one looks like I cut it a little crooked. Because it's straight at the top, so let me fix that. Oh, do you guys want to hear something funny? I know you do. We're going to do the same with this one, only we're going to glue with the top open, okay? So, I'm sitting here, and I feel Oz down around my feet, which is not unusual. I wasn't paying that much attention, but then it just felt weird, and I looked down, and he had the top of a cereal box, you know, like when you open it and then you cut the pieces off to make a book cover. I had dropped one on the floor and I didn't realize it. And what I had felt was the paper or the cardboard rubbing against my leg. He was backing out with this piece of cardboard this big, well, this big, and he was going to take it away to chew on it. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It was too funny. It's like, what is he going to do with that great big piece of paper? Now this one, the card is going to actually stick out, the tab or card or whatever, probably make it into a tag shaped card, is going to stick out the top a little bit. So that'll be kind of fun. Alright, top pocket, glue it on here, glue it on the right way. Well, let's see. It's not going to work. I wasn't paying attention. I was gluing one front ways and one back ways. One backwards. Which we could do on the last one. We could glue it backwards. That would be kind of fun, actually. And take a look at it and see how it would work mechanically, and then I'll decide. So I'm getting the sticky off because it would have made a solid no pocket at all when I glued it together, no matter which way I turned it. Oz has decided to make some noise. What a mess. This is a glue eraser, in case you're wondering what I'm using. You can get one for a couple of bucks on Amazon, and it helps get glue off. It erases a lot of... It'll take Fabri-Tac, once it's dried or 99% dried, right off of just about anything. Okay, so now we've got our book. We've got our side pocket. Okay. Glue this as a top pocket. I quit talking to make sure I knew what I was doing. I think I flipped that upside down when I glued the pocket and then forgot to turn it back right side up. I'm going to glue these together. Make sure no glue seeped out and stuck anything together that wasn't supposed to be stuck together. Now, if we put the back one on backwards, what would that do for us? Wouldn't give us any extra pages, but it would make it a little interesting, wouldn't it? You flip this, you have a side pocket, you go here, and then you would go here. Well, let's do that. Let's do it on purpose this time. Okay, so we've got this the way we want it, with our top pocket. And then we want to glue this one on backwards with the side pocket. So we want this side to be open. And that's the fold. The folded side will be open. Happy accident. I don't know why I didn't think to do it that way in the first place. Okay, I'll glue this one on this way. So our back cover is not going to be our last page. Do you see what I mean? But this is going to be our back cover. And this will be our front cover. Okay, so we're going to do this page. I'm going to go ahead and number them. So they're going to be papered, so it won't matter. And then we'll have 8 pages. Okay, so we've got our cover. Well, we'll have 8 pages and 2 covers. So on this first page, what I thought we would do is make a flip out pocket. So we're going to take our thing called pieces. We're going to take one of our papers that we can put a pocket on the bottom without covering anything up important. Maybe something like this that uses this up. See the way I printed so crazy. That would work. This would work. So let's see. Oh, this won't work. Plus it looks like I need to trim the bottom of that paper a little bit. Looks like I cut it just a smidge crooked. There we go. I think I'm going to use this as a writing card. Or use it like this, actually. We could use this. No, I already know what I'm going to do on the flip out. Okay. So this is going to be page 1. And I'm writing that on there so I remember what I'm doing. Then we're going to take this and we're going to use this hinged part here to make our flip out. I was going to make a more traditional book where you just fold the pages in half, and then I messed up the printing. So alright, so we're going to make a flip out pocket. So first we need to cut it down. Well, actually, we need to cut it down to this. You know, it's really warm in here. It's only 42 degrees outside. Let's see if this is correct. And then we'll adjust the paper to leave a little bit of a border around. So now how deep do we want the pocket? Well, I want it to go halfway, about. So let's put the paper on here. And then let's go up to about here. It's going to be about there. And then that'll leave us the other half for something else. Okay. Now we're going to, we're not going to just leave this to flop around. We're going to put a magnet on it. I don't know how this is going to work with that thinner paper. That's what I was worried about. Hopefully it'll be alright. If it isn't, we'll put something wide across there. Then we're going to take this and we're going to ink it, first of all. The only thing we don't have to ink is the back side of this half. And you want to make sure to get the hinge on the inside of this. Okay. You want to make sure your magnet stays on the outside, on the flat part. Okay? So we're going to do that. Then we're going to glue the other magnet to the back of this. No, we're not going to do that because then the card will hit it on the way in and out. We'll put it on the back of the paper. Okay. And then we ink the flip out. Now we're going to paper it. But the front of this, we're going to add another pocket to, so that we've got a little side pocket as well. So let's take this. And do I want to make it, we'll cut that off, it's not exactly the height. So let's do it this way. I want to decorate the front of this, so I want to make it rather large. So it's going to be this high. And that wide is fine. Oh, I didn't ink anything on the back. Or the front, what's the front actually. Okay, then we're going to ink this. At least this little bit of a pencil mark. Okay, so we're going to have to paper part of this. We don't have to paper the whole thing. Or what I want to do is collage on it. So what I'm thinking is maybe we won't put this pocket on at all. Yet. because I don't have the pieces. I don't have the scraps yet to make the collage. So then all we need to do, we'll hold this as the flat pocket, page 1. Okay, we'll set it right up there. So then we're going to open this and we're going to paper the inside. This is going to be a problem, I know. So let's take something pretty at the bottom. If we use this, because then we'll have the bee and the tulips. We'll put this on here. Yeah, we're going to have to. And then we'll put a side pocket on. You're going to want to leave a little bit of a border all the way around. Oh no, it's going to cut the bee off. It's going to cut right through the bee. Alright, so we're going to cut it. Let's bring it down a little bit more. So we're going to cut it here. And then we're going to cut it here. See, and that gives us this scrap, which is very, very pretty. And then that will give us this. Oops, I gotta cut that other part. Just a sliver crooked. Okay. That's pretty. And then see, nothing will be covered when we put the side piece on. I think we're going to have to maybe use manila folder for all of our flip outs too, or our pockets. Well, let's ink this. Now see, if this had been the paper that I normally use, I would have not had to worry about the magnet. It would have been fine. We could have done whatever we wanted on the page. Could have done a belly band or whatever we wanted. Now on the paper, I think I will do the corners on the paper. A little bit of a grungy spring. I still can't believe he was trying to run away with a cereal box. What was he going to do with it? Was he going to eat it? Was he just going to chew on it like a dog treat? Or a toy, I mean. Like a rawhide. Who knows what was in his little doggy brain? Make sure your bee is right side up. I think it would be alright. You just wouldn't be able to write over it. Boy, this paper looks crooked. It is. So I ended up recutting just about everything. I think the folder was crooked, and then I cut the paper crooked. So I had to reprint this. Then, of course, I had to redo this because once this was a different size, then this was different. And I think just to make sure, I think I'm going to put it on like this if it doesn't work like this. I'm thinking it's a little small, which it is, but if we move it up just a little bit, it'll be like a little border around it, so that'll be all right. Okay. So let's glue this on the inside. You'll notice I didn't print on the back of this one. So the other half of the page I put over with the papers and the coffee dyed paper, that if I use it I'll have to back it with something anyway, or put it on a manila folder. And then I'm going to cut out the ephemera. And then we will do the front pocket. Okay, that's pretty. Then we're going to make a little side pocket here. I'll take this little piece. So there's going to be a little bit of work involved by let's see. This is crooked, isn't it? I don't even want to mess with that. Here's half of a folder that I have absolutely no idea what I was going to do with it. So I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to cut this off. So now this is the question. Do I want to leave? No. I want to cut this right to the paper. So I want it to be this wide. I don't want it to be too wide. And this long. Okay. Okay, so we want to ink this. So much trouble for two small pockets. Then we'll take a scrap of paper, which I don't want to use either one of these. They're going to make nice writing cards. So we'll wait until we have a scrap to cover that. And then we're going to have one in just a second, because we're going to need to cover this. It's going to go on here. Why does that look a little long? Because it is. And it's alright if this back side is just a smidge shorter than the front. No, it can't be. Oh, for cripe's sakes. Oh, we haven't papered the front. Oh, but we've papered the inside. Well, you know what we can do is we can make it a flip up with a pocket with a tuck up here. Oh, but then our B is going to be sideways. See, the problem is if we trim it, we take this edge off of here. But if we don't trim it, we won't be able to close it. So we're going to have to trim it just. Okay. This is taking way too long. I don't know why I'm having trouble trimming things. I mean, this should have taken 20 minutes at the most to do this whole page. So we're going to use writing paper on this side, which we can use this actually. No, we can't. Can't believe I'm probably going to have to print more of these. It's crazy. And I don't really want this double line, so let's go this way. We're going to cut it even with the other one, obviously. This is what happens sometimes. No matter what you do, you have to keep trimming it down, and then the next thing you know, you have to start over. Then we'll put a small piece of ephemera or something here on the inside, in the corner of the writing paper or something. Maybe I could even stamp it. Could get some of our stamps out. I'll take a look and see what I've got. I don't want the blue right next to that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. We're still going to be able to glue it on as a pocket. It's just going to be a top tuck instead of a if I had thought about it, I would have put the writing lines the other way. Now that we are why does that look so crooked? This piece of paper has got to be crooked. I am not cutting and recutting again. Okay, so we're going to put it on the page. We're still going to do it like this. So we're going to glue it on as a pocket. No, we're not. Not yet, we're not. You won't really notice me doing the corners that much on this page, but we want to do it consistently. You'll see it a little bit. Okay, now to me, this looks right side up. Okay. Definitely going to fill my glue bottle. Then I'll have to cut all the ephemera. Then I'll collage the front. Yep, that works perfect. Okay, so that's on like that. Let's put our other magnet on. So all we have left to do is make the writing card and put the collage on the front of a little pocket. And then we will be ready to go on to the next page. So I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do to paper these, and then I'll glue this on here, and then when I come back, oh, that's not a bad idea, then I could put a bigger piece of paper in here. Alright, see, that works. Then we'll go on to page 2. We won't mess with this one anymore. Okay, I apologize for it taking so long. I have no idea what my problem was cutting the flap pocket. Just a little goofy, I guess. Alright, I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.